Have you ever had that orphan feeling where you're all alone, like you've been cut off from the world and your community, if you even had a community? So I felt good today. I was busy, busy, busy all by myself. Just busy, just doing me, doodling, coloring, doing gratitude bubbles with the AM method. I watched a video. I cleaned my room. I changed over my comforters, and I realized I was all alone. Just for a moment, I felt like an orphan. I felt like there was no one for me to connect to and contact and share information with. And it didn't bother me, but it bothered me, if you know what I'm saying. And when I was doing this, I reminded myself that I'm not alone, for one. And then it spiraled me into a bunch of other I ams as confessions of faith. And then while I was donating some things from, just donating, releasing some things from 2025, not to bring it to 2026 because I was redoing my room, I can hear spirit whisper that, what did spirit say? I wrote it down. Hold on. Doo-doo-doo-doo. It says, what I am, well, it says, what I am will you be speaking to change your identity? Because I earlier that day I identified myself as an orphan and alone. And I have to watch my mouth because this voice vibrates and manifests. This voice and these words bring in the things that I want and sometimes that I don't want because of the confessions out of my mouth and the confessions out of your mouth as well. That's how your world has been created around you. So when I thought of the orphan and I realized that that's not true, I began this motive to say, no, 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 this is not what I am. Not in denial, but just to remind myself that I could call somebody. And it so happens that I did call a friend and we talked about some things. And I spoke to someone else via text. I reached out and my BFF actually called me. And it was me connecting back to the community that I feel that I don't have sometimes because everybody is further away from me. And there are times, especially in the holiday season, even though we're moving past that and we're in the new year, that we do feel like we're orphaned from other folks. Well, at least I do. Being in the crown era and at my age, a lot of people are either no longer here, especially my parents or my friends. They may have already transitioned over. And you don't just collect new friends at this age. You just don't collect them. Not what how I consider a friend, someone that I would open up my heart to unapologetically and be able to tell my secrets or my thought processes and they actually sit back and listen and they become the observer while I become the observer and we can mesh together. But going back to the I ams, that's what this message is all about anyway. So the I ams, the new identity that I want to embody for 2026 is such a powerful way for me to start thinking about that now because I know I am not what I used to be a year ago when I went to Australia. I know I am not what I used to be in the summer, even before I did 75 hard. I look different. I speak different. I have embodied many different things. I have released a lot of things. And like I was telling my coworker, I feel like I have emptied out a lot of emotional energy within my body. And it's time for me to make some deposits into my energetic container that will manifest and bring me into the level in which I choose to go for 2026. But first, I have to sit down and really dissect what do I want the end result of 2026 to be? And what is those experiences that I want to have? What emotions do I want to evade? Because I know my word for the year is scrumptious, and I want my life to be scrumptious. I want my relationships to be scrumptious. That means delicious, yummy, gooey. It just makes you feel good inside and out. That's how I want to embody 2026. And I thought to myself, well, what are the I ams for myself? I mean, am I a YouTuber now that I've done over 100 videos and I'm coming in consistently and consecutively each and every day? Do I want to start confessing that? I don't know. Maybe so. Do I want to start confessing some other things about my lifestyle, about my health? That, now I don't need to quote unquote lose 30 pounds. Now I am almost at my ideal weight. And so am I now healthier? Am I now sexier? Am I now more opulent? There's a lot of I ams that I haven't considered being in a while. And this is, how do I want to say it? It feels a little magical because I feel like fairy dusts are going around and saying you can have it because now your container is empty. My container is empty enough to be able to plant new seeds so there can be a harvest. So what I ams are you still recycling that you know you already are? See, when you already are something, you don't have to I am it unless somebody else doesn't know who you are. What I mean by that, I mean, once you're a parent, you don't have to say, I'm a parent. They just automatically see, the observer of others see that you're a parent. You walk like a parent, you talk like a parent. When you are educated, you don't have to say, I'm educated. They will see that. You don't have to say I am this or I am that. You embody it and everyone sees that. So what do I want everyone to see from me? What do you want everyone to see from you in 2026 and beyond? We embody so many different characteristics through our lives, and then we drop some, definitely. Like I've dropped being a student at the college level, of course. I'm always a student of life, but I dropped being a wife, and I even dropped being divorced. I'm just single now. I remember I'm divorced, I'm divorced. Now I'm single. I'm, there's no need for me to say that I was married at this age. It's ridiculous. I remember when I was first engaged. I was engaged 3 times, but when I was first engaged, I was so happy. I'm engaged. I'm a fiance. Da 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 da. Didn't become a wife at that time, and so it's so amazing how we identify certain things and we feel a certain way about them. I no longer want to embody the things that I did from the past that I don't resonate with anymore. So I'm perfectly willing to release those. It's so funny because today in my journaling, I got Woodley's that little saying, relax, relate, release. And it cracked me up because I was like, oh yeah, I remember that from a different world. If you're in your crown era or you're a mature adult and you know what a different world is, you have to look it up. Maybe I'll put a gift or something on the screen. But
Close that chapter of your life and then relax, relate, release.
I said, yeah, relax, relate, release. Relax into this new version that is transforming my life. Release all the things that I know that no longer serve me and that I don't want anymore, just like I did today with giving away some books and clothing and all that stuff. And relax, relate, relax, relate, release, relax, release, relate, whatever. Relax, relate, release. Relate to, I feel like the relating is relating to a new version of me. So maybe I'm switching it a little bit. I'm relaxing, I'm releasing, and now I'm relating to a new version. So those three things really tickled me because that's where I am now. It's it's a new year. I'm in a new focus, and I'm going to relax into who I'm becoming. I'm going to release who I no longer want to be, and I'm going to relate to the new version some way, somehow. One way is by utilizing my intuition. The second way is really get into a meditative state and envision who I will be in December, which is sometimes difficult, but never hard. Because remember, hard is having already realized defeat. That's an acronym. So I'm not going to be defeated. I'm going to have a vision for myself that is open to, not open to, open for spirit to also say, I am who God says I am. I am who God says I am. Because I know that there's things that I can't even think and dream that I will be able to claim by the end of the year. So, are you open to speaking new versions of yourself? Are you open to being open to God and what God, Spirit, Divine Love, Jesus, whoever that is for you, boo, quantum physics, the universe, all the good stuff that we utilize for our infinite intelligence that provides life for each and every one of us on this planet. Yeah, this is a little revelation for me today to really sit in to say, what is those things? Maybe I'll create 12. Yeah, let's create 12. 12 new versions of I am for ourselves. One that we know that we can embody within throughout the year, and we're going to hold and maintain those for ourselves. And dream big, but don't dream the same. If you're still speaking the same things that you did last year and the year before that and the year before that, and you have not seen the benefits or the shifts, then your words are not embodied into your truth. Your words are not embodied into your truth, and it's time for you to shift. It's time for you to release. It's time for you to relax and let go of those versions of what you think you should be and allow God to show you where you are and who God says you are. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I love you guys so much. Don't forget, the discovery letter is there for you to be able to write your vision and make it plain. You can add it to your discovery, you can add it to your dream board, your vision board, and this new concept of the I ams. I love changing who I am. I doubt myself a lot of times because we all do. But the discovery letter is one of those ways that you can be able to sit down and meditate and get it done. I'm going to be opening up my discovery letter sometime this month, and I'm going to be writing my new discovery letter. I'm thinking probably when I'm in Texas. So it's going to be great, and I will share that with you guys. And it's never too late to do discovery letter. You can do it any time of the year because it's an annual letter. It's when you're ready for the change, when you're ready for the shift, when you're ready for the growth. It is there for you. It's there for you. I love you so much. It's Coach Hunt, and I have your greatest interest at heart.